Hello everyone and welcome back to Every Other Saturday. So in today's video we're going to discuss the game we've just had against Hibernian 1-0 away at Easter Road. Now I think that game was exactly what we expected it to be. It was hard fought, it was difficult to break them down. I'm not going to lie, thought there was going to be more goals than there was, but 1-0 win. Wee bit of controversy again, so let's get cracking. As always guys, before we get started we'll just go straight into the plug-in of the channel. If you haven't done so already, please give us a wee like, share and subscribe. Very much appreciated, helps us keep on growing. We've had a few more subscribers again, we're up at 117 just now, so fantastic again guys. But if you've not done it, we like, share and subscribe and it helps us out immensely. So plug-in of the channel finished, let's get fired straight into today's video and I might even get it up on the same night of the game.
Every other Saturday's my half day off, and it's off to the match I go. Happily we wander down the couplet.
Well guys, as I say, that game was exactly what we expected that to be. It was hard fought, the Hibernian were difficult to break down. Rangers did exactly what they were supposed to do, in my eyes anyway. They went out and they tried to take the game by the scruff of the neck. Now, there was a couple of moments in there where you could see Hibs getting that wee bit further forward than I really wanted them to be doing so, but at the end of the day we had enough to keep them out and we scored that one goal. But Alfredo Morelos, I'm going to dive straight into him first here. Alfredo Morelos, as it said at the end of that game, we've seen the good, the bad and the ugly. This is so annoying because I want to come on here, I want to be happy because I am happy. We've got another 3 points away at Easter Road, it's a great victory. But there's just this wee tainted part again because Morelos can't just play football, he has to be a stupid, petulant child. It's the only word to use for him. Why stamp like that? What is the purpose? What is he achieving? He was so lucky to still be on the park. And I will hold my hands up. See, when I seen the tackle first, that wasn't even a tackle, the stamp first. When I seen it at first and I heard that Andy Walker doing his usual, I genuinely thought he was making it out to be worse than it was, because as I seen it at first, it did look as if he was going to put his foot on the ball and the ball came out from under his foot and he stood on it by mistake, but that is not the case. It's clear and obvious. It's just Morelos doing what Morelos does. Easily he could have had a hat-trick in that game today. Yes, the couple of chances after he scored didn't exactly fall for him, but he could have had a hat-trick. This is our main striker. I think this needs to change now. The main striker position needs to change. I think we've got somebody waiting in the wings who quite clearly came on and showed a wee bit more effort tonight. He did so much more drive, he's so much more heart than you can see Morelos did. Yes, he scored, yes, I'm great. That whole almost getting red carded. Now we're going to see retrospective action again, so he's going to be banned anyway. So with him being banned, more value off the player for trying to sell him. But we now need to put someone else in, so we need to start watching the substitutions. He just doesn't think about the team at times. Thank you Alfie for getting the goal. Why waste it and do that? But in the first half we did see other things. We did see some fantastic crossing from Tavernier. We've seen a good couple of attempts, but we've seen Hollander with a good few clearances. Now at the back I think Hollander was the standout position for me today. He just did everything right. When he needed to be in those positions he was there. He got the challenges away and he was just on the ball. I love the guy, I really do. There's not a lot of frills to him. He is a no-nonsense centre back and that's exactly what I love, specifically beside Connor Goldson. That pairing together just makes the centre half positions seem that wee bit more formidable to me. Now there was a few moments from Hibernian in the first half as well. You have to give them their chance. We did have ours, but Hibs did have their opportunities on goal. They did well enough to get into those positions, but again I think they just lacked that kind of killer final touch, to be honest. Much like what we did through the first half, to be fair. We had a couple of moments where we did just lack a wee bit of final touch stuff, but our issue was trying to break down and get into a decent position because Hibs were so well placed, specifically at the back. But up front for Hibs they were struggling and not getting to the players that you would expect them to be getting to, like your Nisbets and stuff like that. And when it was falling to Doige and stuff, you can tell that he's not scored in so many games because he looks as if he's not been on in 9 games or whatever it is since he scored. So you can see where the frustration must be lying with him. One thing from the first half that really did kind of grind me was the whole McGregor incident. Now I hate to see, I was a goalkeeper when I was younger, so I know you would believe it, to be fair, I did used to play football, but I hate seeing that when a goalkeeper manages to get his hand on the ball or he's catching the ball above him in a cross, and see when players come in through him and no fouls given. That ball is under control. I'll give Andy Walker his dues. At that time he did call it correctly. The ball is under control by that goalkeeper when the hand is on it, and see, taking that out of his hands, that's a card to me. That's a yellow card all day long. That was one wee bit that annoyed me from the ref today. Now getting into the second half stuff. Now yes, that's when we got our goal. It was about the 50th minute. Alfie took his goal and he took it well, to be fair. I genuinely don't want to keep praising him too much because he's annoyed me. He really has. It's a great goal, Alfredo. I'll give you that, but you're just pathetic, to be honest with you. And I hate saying that, I really do, because it's tainted a good 3 points for me. So again, I'm not going to go too far into it. You hate when I bash on Alfie, but I think he deserves it tonight. But leaving him alone and giving him some credit, the second chance when he could have got us up 2-0 when the ball came across from Kent and Aribo gets that wee touch on it, it flicks it just, I think it's just out the way of Morelos, and I think it takes it just beyond him, so it bobbles just really close and it sends it straight through, and he just sends the ball over the net. And I can see why that happened, and that definitely wasn't his fault, but could have been 2-0 up. It took to about the 72nd minute for us to see our first change, and that was obviously Alfredo coming off for Roof. It was a great thing to see Roof coming on. It gives you that different dynamic up front. It's crazy just when you take Morelos off, you don't think that, oh well, we don't need to worry about discipline problems, which is crazy. But after that, a few minutes later, we get a chance from Ryan Kent, and it almost sends us up 2-0 again, but again the goalkeeper manages to save it and stops it going to 2-0. In the 78th minute, we've seen Ryan Jack being replaced by Bugani Zungu. Again, great to see him getting minutes in the legs. I think keeping that Ryan Jack, keeping on top of him and making sure we're not running him too far into the ground and stuff like that, it's great. Manage that to a time limit. Yes, I love seeing him on the park from start to finish, but I don't want to see him getting run in too quick, so fair play on that substitution. And again, on the 83rd minute, we seen the man Itten coming on. He replaced Joe Aribo. Now again, I'm going to touch on him again. I've said it in the Alfie bit, but looking at Itten when he comes on, yes, he's the most used substitute in the league. He's scored 4 goals. I think they're all against Motherwell, but he comes on and he just gives you that wee bit extra. I don't know what it is with the guy. I think you could keep him on the bench and keep bringing him on, but he always looks ready, always looks sharp. He never looks as if he's resting on his laurels because he's a substitution. I think it's time. I genuinely do think it's time to give him the starting jersey up front, specifically without, if the retrospective action happens against Morelos, I think it's time. Leave him, let him do what he does and give it to Itten and let him run with it, because I think it's time for him to get more. Let's get 90 minutes in those legs. Let's see what he does from start to finish, because the heart and soul that he's given to you when he's running about, he almost got his own goal. Now the ball came round the back from Stephen Davis, he managed to get right round the back of the defenders, ball played across, and it was whiskers wide, I suppose, to be fair. He hits the side netting, and again, trying to get on the ball, trying to get us another goal. He seems like the right kind of player for me. I do like him, I have to admit, I do like him. Let's see if we can get some 90 minutes in those legs, if Alfie does end up getting retrospectively banned. Now just touching quickly on Hibs at the end of the game there, they kind of left it late to pile on some pressure. Now they did so much at the end, but Rangers again did so much in the defensive side. They were fantastic, and again it's Hollander for me. He just takes that, and he just took that game by the scruff of the neck. Nobody was getting by him, and to be fair, a performance like that, getting to the end of the game, that 90-minute whistle goes, I'm going to say it, guys, it's finally happening. Every other Saturday is now bang on that 55 train. I am ready for it. There's no way, shape or form, I'm not coming back off this. It's now happening. 100% it's ours. 55 is coming home. Now, I posted up on Facebook just to see what you guys thought. This was slightly different this time. I just went for the man of the match to see what you guys thought, and you are still going nuts. You are still posting up, and it seems to be there's only one guy here that's agreeing with me, but we seem to have Stephen Davis, Kamara, Tav. I think somebody mentioned Ruth. I don't know what. I think I could be wrong there. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. But see, for me, it's 100% Hollander. Standing back and watching what he did, he was just fantastic from the word go, and I'm going to give you the shout out. Willie Burns, I think you're the only one so far anyway on that list there that's agreeing with me and saying Hollander for man of the match. Now, I'm not disagreeing with you guys. Davis was great, Kamara was also great. I seen one saying Aribo, again, he's doing well. It's just getting that final ball through as well. He was doing a lot better with that tonight. We were seeing a lot more tippy-tappy football. Those crazy legs of Joe Aribo were on the ball, but I'm sorry guys, I have to disagree with some of yous and I have to go, Willie Burns, fair play to you son, Helander for man of the match for me. All of you guys that commented on that, it's fantastic. I love to see such engagement on the Facebook there. I know we're going to try and start using Twitter as well, so any of you guys that are using Twitter, I'm going to try and start using it a wee bit more. I'm not the greatest when it comes to Twitter, if I'm brutally honest. I never really used it before I started the channel, but I'm going to try and incorporate it a wee bit better, so keep a lookout on Twitter for the stuff coming up as well. In a whole guys, I have to give this a quick roundup and say that that was the best 3 points I've seen, because it needed this last 3 points. Apparently all you guys are telling me to get on this 55 train, and I'm there. I'll get the conductor's hat on. I'll be leading that train down 55, it's coming home. But if I'm brutally honest, that performance for me was great. It really was. It wasn't the 5-goal Ross County game, it wasn't the 4 goals I thought it was going to be, but at the end of the day we did what we needed to do. We didn't rest on our laurels, we didn't hide and shy away. Every single player in the park, from goalkeeper, even Morelos, as bad as he did do, but we all played well except his stupidity. But it gets us the 3 points that we need. Forgetting what they do, forget that the win that they've managed to achieve tonight, it's another 3 points in the bag for us. It's just fantastic to finally feel that we're finally going to be getting that. Now let's start planning parties now guys, because this is our time. Once again guys, thanks so much for getting involved on the Facebooks. I hope next time it'll be as well when it comes to Twitter. Look out on there. If you're using Twitter, just start tweeting me and see if I can start getting used to using that app. I don't know what it is, I just don't seem to use it. I always seem to go to Facebook. I want to start using them both. But thanks again guys, getting involved, it's brilliant. It's great to get this video out quickly this time, no late ones, you can't go wrong. But again guys, I've been every other Saturday, 55 is coming home, and I will see you on the next one.